Morning, everyone, and happy almost Thanksgiving. I'm preparing for work, but wanted to stop in real quick and provide you with some salary information. So, I had the privilege of talking to some students at Morehouse School of Medicine, and after my presentation on evaluation, they really just had some adulting type questions. Many of them are preparing to enter the workforce after their second year of their master's program, and they wanted to get a feel for how much they should plan to be making at that point. And I shared with them that once I finished my master's program, I graduated in May. Um, Earlier in the semester, I had applied for a fellowship with CDC. I didn't hear back from that fellowship until probably, I think, end of June, maybe early July. And then that fellowship didn't start until October. So I did have a period where I wasn't kind of full time employed. Rather, I was working as a research assistant for the same folks I was working for during the school year until I made it to my fellowship program in Atlanta. Once I was there, my salary was a GS9 Step 1. So if you don't know, the federal government works on, they pay via a general schedule for the most part, and that general schedule has different kind of steps and levels. And so I was at a GS grade 9 step 1, and you can look that up on the Office of Personnel Management website. That's OP as in Paul, M as in Mary .gov, opm.gov. And so at the time, a GS9 step 1 was $49,500. So essentially I was making $50,000 when I first entered the public health workforce after my master's program. I don't know if that's typical, but I do know that that's how the leading public health agency in the world essentially qualifies someone who has a master's degree. You typically will start at a GS9. Now, the GS9 varies by region. So people who live in New York, their grade levels in the general schedule will be higher than someone who lives in Atlanta, for say, because they're taking into account housing costs and things like that. I will say that I graduated in 2011. So in 2011, a GS9 Step 1 was 50,000. Today, a GS9 Step 1 in the Atlanta region is $54,095. So I would anticipate that you graduating from your master's program, that's how you should kind of measure your worth essentially in the market. Probably so around 54,000 bucks. I will add that the Public Health Associate Program, which is a fellowship program at CDC, starts people at a grade scale 5, which is 35,000 bucks. That is way too low, I believe, for a master's level educated professional. Now, the PHAP program, Public Health Associate Program, was designed for bachelor's level professionals. It is kind of one of the good quick ways to get into the CDC system going through that program, but the salary is super low. So if I were you, I would equate my worth at the GS9 Step 1 and go from there. If you do better in your job, good for you. If you do a little less, know that you should be heading in that direction. Okay, so just want to leave that tidbit and hope you all are doing well. Alrighty.